Well, the San Francisco 49ers are headed down to Atlanta this weekend to take on the Falcons in the 2013 NFC Championship Game. It's been a pretty wild season for the 49ers, as a now 12-4-1 record would indicate. The 49ers have had their highs, they've had a few lows, they've won one loss, so on and so forth. But I wanted to kind of take a look at 5 plays this year that really sort of define this 49ers season. These aren't your traditional big highlights, big plays. Well, one is kind of a big play, but for the most part, the idea is to look at specific plays that really just tell me a lot about this team. The first play we're going to look at is Michael Crabtree against the Detroit Lions. That game, we kind of were starting to see Crabtree develop even further this year than he has in years past. And in a year that was really a career year, I think this game against the Lions showed a lot of what he could do. In one drive late in the game, the 49ers were leading by 8 points, 20-12. And they just got the ball back after a Lions score. We're looking to hold off the Lions. And on that drive, Michael Crabtree completed 3 separate completions that converted third down. There was a 3rd and 7 and a 3rd and 9. And then this play that we're showing here, a 3rd and 14 conversion. It was 3rd and 14. Crabtree lined up in the right slot and ran a short little crossing pattern. Got the ball. There really wasn't a lot of space there, but he was able to find some holes. He got some phenomenal blocking from Frank Gore and Mario Manningham, and you can just see him squirt right through, pick up 16 yards in the first down. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but his numbers on third down have to be incredible this year. It seemed like every significant third down he was converting for the 49ers. And really that has been kind of a pivotal role as he's emerged as the team's leading receiver, their first 1,000-yard receiver since Terrell Owens, and career numbers in all categories. This next play I want to look at is Mike Iupati against the Green Bay Packers. Again, this is a very simple play. All it is showing Iupati absolutely pancaking Clay Matthews. The play itself didn't result in a huge gain. Colin Kaepernick ran to the right side, gained about 3 yards. Nothing huge there, but I wanted to point to this play because it really shows the physicality of this line. Now, obviously, anybody can pancake a linebacker, but in this case, this season has been about the offensive line. The 49ers offensive line has been solid in the past game. They've had some ups and downs, but mostly solid. But in the run game, they are absolutely destroying opponents. They have been, without a doubt, the best run blocking offensive line in the NFL, and I don't think it's even close. The 49ers averaged 5.1 yards per carry as they just were running over opponents, and I think this play really just shows how physical they can be. Our third play is Deshaun Goldson in the Week 15 win over the Patriots. This particular play, we saw Deshaun Goldson really level Aaron Hernandez on a play that most of us thought was legal, but did end up getting flagged. I believe he may have been fined. I'm not totally sure about that, but the play itself, Deshaun Goldson, a lot of other fans might think that he's a dirty player, but in reality, he is a fundamentally sound player when it comes to hitting. Yes, he does like the big hit, but he, more often than not, is fundamentally sound in his hits. He's going with the shoulder. It's really not, it's not a dirty game that he plays, but he will let you know that he is there. And this play in particular, the immediate next play, the Patriots ran a bubble screen to Aaron Hernandez, and you see Hernandez reach up for the ball and then kind of pull his hands back, when in reality, I think he could have caught that ball. My guess is he heard footsteps. And that really defines this 49ers defense to a certain extent. I thought about using a play involving Justin Smith and Aldon Smith, but really the physicality of this defense is what is notable in my opinion. And like this play shows, like I said, the immediate next play, Aaron Hernandez was hearing footsteps, and the 49ers are each week make sure that the opposing wide receivers know that you may want to watch when you're going over the middle. Our fourth play here is the one big highlight, I guess you could say, and it's Colin Kaepernick rushing for 50 yards, scrambling for 50 yards against the St. Louis Rams. This one is a big deal in my mind because of the fact that it came in the drive after Colin Kaepernick and Ted Ginn had that ill-fated pistol option pitch nonsense that resulted in a Rams touchdown. It was a very ill-conceived play, poorly timed, poorly designed. Everything about it was bad. And yet Colin Kaepernick bounced back on the next drive. The 49ers ended up with a field goal on this drive, but he set it up with this 50-yard run. We see some great blocking as well from Frank Gore and then later from Randy Moss. But the real story with Colin Kaepernick this year has been his ability to forget mistakes. He's had, through the Packers game, he's had 4 interceptions and 1 fumble that he lost. And while, we would love to see no interceptions, no fumbles, any of that, he's shown an amazing ability to bounce back. In the ensuing drive, after each of those plays, the team has either scored a touchdown or a field goal, with 4 touchdowns and 1 field goal involved. And of those 5 scores, Kaepernick has been prominently involved in 3 of them. So I think that really tells you a lot about Kaepernick, about his ability to maintain his cool under pressure and really take care of business for the 49ers. And hopefully it's something that they can build on, moving forward. The final play, have to have this highlight. I mean, it's unfortunate, but we've got to have it. It's Alex Smith's concussion against the St. Louis Rams in Week 10. This season will be defined by that play. Obviously, Colin Kaepernick is defining it in his own way with his performance, but that doesn't happen this year without Alex Smith getting hurt. And again, it's going to be interesting to see how the NFL approaches this moving forward, how players individually approach it, because you don't want to lose your job. But Alex Smith is a smart guy, and as he said afterwards, he would have, knowing what happened, he still would have pulled himself from the game. But again, with this one, Joe Dunbar hit Smith early on, about 1:39 left in the first quarter. Smith said that didn't cause the concussion. I believe the medical folks didn't either. But then in the second quarter, with 12:02 to go, Smith had a quarterback sneak on 4th and 1, and I believe that is where the concussion is reported to have happened. But again, that Dunbar hit couldn't have helped. And so with that play, Colin Kaepernick took over as quarterback, and really the 49ers have not looked back since. Obviously, there's been plenty of chatter about it, but Jim Harbaugh is confident in his decision, and it appears to be paying dividends. So there you go. Those are 5 plays that have defined this 49ers season to some extent or another. We'll be back with more preview content. We'll be back with a recap after the 49ers and the Falcons play this Sunday, so make sure and check back. We're always live at youtube.com/SBN Niners Nation. Talk to you later.